Welcome everyone. We have started a Google Meet and I've shared through Restream, so it is being broadcasted live in my Facebook channel as well as in my YouTube. Welcome everyone. We're going to share the link in a moment. If you're interested to join, just click on the link. And I believe that it will be a good opportunity for you to have conversation. Okay, so let me invite our other people who are interested in joining us. So yeah, you are guys. All right, I'm just trying to invite as many people as I've got in my contact list. So welcome everyone once again. It's Tuesday in the UK and our local time is 2 past 11 a.m. Today I've started, excuse me, excuse me, today I've started this meeting a bit earlier so that, we can finish it a bit early. I've got some other appointment in afternoon. Welcome once again, guys. This is one of the most common questions that why we can't develop our speaking. I've noticed that many people are practicing daily on a regular basis with other people, even there with different amazing teachers, with different groups and different, people. Also, they know grammar, they practice speaking, they practice writing. Still, you know, um, their satisfaction level is not standard level. Their grammar is not accurate and their pronunciation is you know out of substandard even. uh, I've got some solutions, I've got some techniques, I've got some guidelines, which is why for the last few days I've been offering these free lessons for everyone. If you're free, if you like to join this session, click on the Google link I've shared. Okay, so thank you very much, and thank you very much, Oleg, for questioning, for sharing. Oleg, if you can please share this link to our a Telegram group so that if anyone is available, they might be able to join us. And people who are watching from the Facebook or YouTube or any other place as have been referred by a friend, you're more than welcome. Okay, it's really my pleasure to see many people over the last few days, and talk to them. Though there are many questions, but our time is limited, so we couldn't answer all of your questions. So from the new year 2023, I'm starting commercial lessons, which should be very cheap, which should be affordable by each and every person. So contact me or message me if you are interested in joining those lessons. My main focus will be helping you develop your communication skill. My main idea would be to help you learn and achieve your success. Hello, Hassan. Welcome.
وبشوف هذاك هو.
Hassan, if you are busy, please mute your microphone. Thank you very much.
I'm with Jatija. I'm with you, Jatija. I'm not busy.
But I can hear some noisy sounds from your place.
Yeah. But now it's okay. I think. Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah, and also, sorry, make sure you speak up a little bit higher level so that we can understand you.
Okay. Okay. I think now it's okay. Yeah.
It's better than before.
Cool. Okay. So I think. Okay. Alhamdulillah. How's happening, Jatija?
Quite good. Thank you very much.
Inshallah. Where's other students? I don't see him. I don't see.
Yeah, maybe everyone is busy.
Yeah, I think, but the right people, it is mostly raw. I think everyone is at that time has a free time. The night session, I think I saw many students are there, but the noon session, mostly it's free. Yeah?
Yeah, today is the last day for the free session. From the next year, there shouldn't be any more free session. We might conduct one more free lessons on 31st of December, which is my holiday as well. But from the new year, all my classes would be like subscribed classes or paid service.
Okay, no matter. But it's my pleasure here to see you. You're free, one to one. It's my pleasure to talk to you a lot and to ask you a lot of questions, to share with us a lot of information. It's my pleasure here. It's my chance for me.
All right. So today, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Is it okay? So that we can have a good
Yeah,
practice.
okay, yeah, why not?
Okay. So once again, bring your microphone close to your mouth and speak clearly and loudly.
Okay, yeah, teacher, inshallah.
It's very important when you're having conversation. People should understand your expressions, right?
Okay,
If they don't understand whatever you're saying, it will be difficult for them to respond to you or ask you any question, as well as it will be a problem for you that because they haven't got your communication.
really true, really true.
So now it is better than before. So do you like reading books?
Yeah, no, mostly.
You don't like reading books.
I don't like. Instead of reading, I like to listen, yeah,
You like
or to watch movies.
so you like listening more than reading.
Yeah, listening or watching, yeah, instead of reading.
Okay, so okay, I got you. And also, do you like watching any kind of movie?
Yeah, I like it. I like I like to watch different movies, like Indian movies. American movies, Chinese movies, and mostly I like to watch sports here. I mean football.
Okay, it is movies, not movies. Movies.
Mov-
V.
mov- American movies,
Very good.
Indian movie, and so on.
Okay, you watch American movies and also Indian movies. And if you compare which movie is more attractive to you,
Yeah, according to my side, really, me and the whole country in Somalia, mostly we are interested in movies about from India because there is a lot of production that translate that movies into Somali. But American movies we watch only through the English. That's why most of us don't like to watch for that. Yeah. But instead of American, we watch Indian with Somali translation.
okay. Uh, if it is okay if I correct you,
Yeah. That's why I came here to correct me.
all right, that's great. Thank you very much. When you use this word, this expression, phrasal verbs, according to, we do not use for me. According to me, in grammatically, it is not acceptable. You can say simply, in my opinion, okay?
Okay.
If you want to use according to, then you have to say according to someone else, say your friend or family or this famous person or the writer or the poet, okay, or the philosopher. So
Like to Somali people.
yes, according to someone, that's correct. But when you want to mention yourself, simply say in my opinion, okay?
Yeah, great.
And also, when I'm asking your opinion, you must mention and share only your opinion. And that's very important in conversation. I'm asking your
Yeah,
opinion, not the opinion of Somali people.
yeah. But the reason that I add Somalian people because there's a behavior or there's adaptation that came from the surrounding area. Because, for example, if I stay in a position, I have to use or to the behavior for that the behavior using for that area. That's why Somalian people mostly like Indian movies. That's why also like it. Yeah.
That's great. But remember, it's very important in English conversation once again. If
Okay.
you have been asked to share your opinion, just share your opinion, not someone else.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. And also the word because. Because.
Because.
Yes. Sometimes there is a quick way to remember some sounds because, in the word because, there are two words, be and cause. Be and the cause when you convert because. And it is very important that words should be sounded, at least most of them, correctly. Sometimes we can't do that, that's fine, but as long as the common words like because, okay, and let me say,
Okay.
remember, it's like just a matter of practice.
Okay. Because.
Very good. Now my next question is, when was the last time you watched a movie?
In this weekend.
Okay, so would you like to tell us the experience of watching the movie?
Yeah. It was a great movie. So I don't know how to tell you because maybe you don't know the name of actors. You don't know the name of actors, but I mean it was all the movies from one of Indian movies. Let me to say for the actors.
Let me say once
Uh,
again, Let me
Let
say.
me say, not let me to say, let me say it.
Yes.
Okay. So it was nine actors through the movie. Their name is in Somalia we use Balwan, Akshay Kumar, for and so on. Yeah.
Okay. What was the name of the movie?
Sorry for that because in Somali we use maybe according to India there is a name. According to us, there's another name. So we call that movies nine actors. Nine actors for us.
Okay. Do you know the name of the Indian name?
I don't know, but let me to search in Google. Yeah.
Let
Okay.
again. Let me search, not let me to search.
Let me
Let
try.
Yeah. You have practiced these words many years incorrectly. That's why you can't get rid of it. Remember, you learned it correctly yesterday, and you need to get rid of it.
Okay. Let me search. Okay.
Hmm.
In Google.
So it was an
If
Indian movie, but it watched in your own language in Somalia, right?
yeah, we had it, nine actors. One of the actors is Akshay Kumar, and one of the actors is what we call Balwan or Suni, and Sonia.
Okay, I don't think I've understood the names. Okay, no worries. Another thing is that when you're explaining, explain in a way that I can and your audience can understand. You don't have to say you don't know all the actors. Do not bring any negative impact while you're describing. So when you're describing a movie, let us know the name of the movie, the name of the
Okay,
actors and actress. Even no one knows that. Okay, if there is any
okay,
question from the audience, they will ask you. And
okay.
what was the movie about?
It was about horrors. Even the one it was first, in the movie there's three level. The first level it is lovely, and the second and the 30 part it is horror, because one of the actors can jump into snake and can jump into another person, can jump into the actors. So he has a lot of faces here. Even sometimes can jump into a snake. Yeah,
You mean to say the person turns into a snake?
yeah,
Okay,
and some can jump into the another actor or the actors here.
so it was you're saying a horror movie.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. Yeah, because if the one of the actors can jump into the snake or something worse than, it's a horror. Yeah.
Okay, and how long was the movie for?
For what?
How long was the duration of the movie?
About 2 hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, about 2 hour and 23 minutes. Yeah,
About 2 hours and 23 minutes.
yeah.
Great. Okay, and was there any other message other than horror concept from from the movie?
Yeah. The whole movie, apart from the first level is what we call lively part. So that means one of the actors was killed. So one of and the actors, it's a really it's a horror. Let me to conclude, it was a horror.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And did you enjoy it by yourself with other or with other family members?
I only used to watch it, not using for the whole family. I use only with my mobile, yeah, not TV, not something else. It's something secret for me or something only used for me. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of movie do you like?
I like mostly horror movies and the mission movies from America. Yeah.
Sorry, what's the word you said?
I said to you, I like horror movies
American
and
movies.
yeah, and mission movies from America. Yeah, for some mission.
Mission.
Yeah, mission movies that include political or something. I like for that, yeah, because you can get it from an idea, and you will be ingenious and expert. Yeah, when you watch a lot of that movies, you can get a lot of idea. Yeah, how to implement a mission, how to fulfill a had mission. Yeah,
Mission.
mission. Yeah.
What do you mean by this word, mission?
Mission, there's two words, mission and mission. Mission and vision, it is idea based into the business, but mission is the something related to the military and political, how to implement an action here with good level, with full implementation.
Okay, so what was the last American movie you watched?
Really, it was a movies represented from Somalia, yeah? To Somalia. That it's called that movie Black Howard. Black Howard. It represented in 1991 American military that invade Somalia to implement a mission. For that, movies represented into Somalia. Yeah. So I like watching for that movie. Yeah. You can set into the YouTube or something. You can write into Black Howard. It's a good movie. Yeah.
All right. Okay, as Summer Oleg has written a comment. Hello Sonia, welcome and walaikum salam. Welcome Duak, Muzibur Rahman and other people who are watching. If you are interested in joining, click on the Google Meet link that I have shared. Then you'll become and have a conversation with us. At the moment, I'm talking to Mustafa from Somalia. Oleg has asked you a question. Was it Mission Impossible by Tom Cruise?
Hello, sir. Are you talking to me?
Yes. The question is, he asked you, the movie was the name Mission Impossible. The actor is Tom Cruise.
Yeah, it was Tom Cruise, I think.
Okay. Tom Cruise, yeah. And there is Mission Impossible 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so when you watch a movie, do you like the fighting skill or the acting skill or the concept of the movie? Which thing do you like?
Mostly, for me, I like fighting. For the first time, I like fighting. Also, I like to get a concept or an idea from that movie because, for example, every movie has a history or a director that there is a every movies there's
Hang,
a mission behind that movie.
may I stop you here? Remember that every is not plural number. Many people think that the word every is a plural number. Every is a singular
Okay.
number. Not every movies, every movie.
Every movie.
Okay,
every
every
daddy,
book,
every
every
mommy.
mother, every teacher, every book, every session, every word. Please remember from today, every is a singular word. Every is not a plural number. Okay. Likewise,
Okay.
everyone, everybody. No one, nobody. They are singular. Someone,
But
somebody. But all, the word all may be singular or plural depending on the usage.
thank you for remembering me for that. Everyone is a singular, or everybody is a singular. So
The word
I use,
of the word every itself is a singular too. So when
yeah.
you are saying every movies, that is grammatically incorrect. Every movie. Okay. Hassan, are you there? Hello, I can't hear you. I don't know. It could be your connection issue.
I forgot it, but I use.
Hello. I believe that you have left the meeting maybe because of the connection issue. So, dear viewers, this is very common questions. You have been practicing English for many years. You're learning from teachers, from other groups. You join many meetings, Zoom meeting, teacher session, classes. Still, you can't develop. Still, you feel that you are same whatever you started when you joined those classes. The best option for you to find out the reason, and you can do it by yourself. That's a very easy way. So when you speak, you know, sometimes you're not able to listen to yourself. I'll suggest you to get, find a way to listen to your own conversation. Okay. And also, I'll suggest to you to make sure you understand your own conversations, because it happens many a time people speak, and when I ask them to listen to their own conversation, even they say, teacher, I don't understand my own conversation. That's really bit frustrating though, because you don't understand your own communication levels, own conversation. So the best way to find out your capacity of communication level is to find out your weakness. Are you weak in listening, or maybe reading, or writing, or speaking? As I have been offering this lesson for the last few days, I trying to help you, and many students, many teachers, many other professors join our session, which is really amazing for us. And from the new year, once again, I'm going to start my commercial lessons, which is subscribed lessons or paid lessons, in other words. So as I was focusing, why? What's the reason that you can't develop? What's the reason that you feel you're not progressing at all? Okay, so when it's a matter of language learning, when it's a matter of developing yourself, uh, please make sure you maintain a notebook, okay, where you can write your learning things, learning materials, where you can write a new word, or maybe new grammar structure, or maybe something new that might be helpful. Learning is a regular process which should be the part of parcel of our daily life. The way we take food, we eat food, we drink water and go to sleep and wake up, learning should be like that. Make it as a good habit or practice of doing it every day. Okay. Uh, Amazingly, uh, you know, hang on a second to unbuild this. Amazingly, when we try to learn, uh, we can't just progress in one day and maybe in 1 week. Because some people think that, oh, English is so easy, but is that the fact? You see, you've been learning English for many years, but still you felt you're in the same position. Still you feel that you're not developing. There must be something wrong in your learning. There must be some mistake somewhere. Okay? And it's you who has to find out these mistakes. Okay? It's you who need to figure out why everything's going wrong. Okay, so before I go for a little bit elaboration, let me explain the four features that are the core modules of English learning. Especially, we all are interested in developing our speaking fluency. And many of us have said, oh, we like to speak the same way, the same accent, the way you're speaking. And some people say that we like to develop our accent like native. We for the last few days we invited many teachers, many professors as well, and also disclaimer as a part of my suggestion. If you don't want to develop your pronunciation, you don't have to. But if you do that, it will be better for you. Okay, and also please bear in mind that especially I never suggest anyone to develop your accent, but pronunciation. And many people are confused about the difference between the accent and pronunciation. Please bear in mind that there are two types of English in this world: British English, British pronunciation, American English, American pronunciation. And we have got phonetic symbols of these two English language. So British phonetics and American phonetics. And other English language like Canadian is the derivative of American English. Australian, New Zealand, and South African, they're the derivatives of British English. So, in order to understand these British English and American English, we need to know some basic rules of phonetics. We need to know the basic sounds. We need to understand. We need to focus, and we need to clarify those things. If you want to develop. Disclaimer: if you would like to learn and develop English language, you must have minimum education. Because if you don't know how to read a sentence, if you don't know how to respond to a question, if you're not sure about explaining something, it will be difficult for you to learn and develop yourself to the next level. It happened to many times. Many students joined who didn't have any primary schooling, and I just failed to teach them because whatever I was explaining in a very simplified way, they couldn't follow it. Whatever I asked them to do some little bit homework, they couldn't because they never wrote English language before in their life. They never spoke English before in their life. But still they have got a great and positive wish. That is the amazing part. They learned up to certain content, certain weight, certain level. And after that, they couldn't develop because they didn't have much schooling. Where is the matter of English learning as a second language? Well, we must understand that it's a matter of practice, dedication, motivation, focusing, and progressing. But sometimes, as an English learner, we can't progress. Okay, sometimes, as an English learner, we don't get any motivation at all. We don't get any inspiration at all. We feel bored. We lose our inspiration. We lose our hope. So it will be better for you to make a good plan, make a good motivation, Okay, bear in mind that it is you, only you can change and help yourself. The best British teachers, the best American teachers can give you lessons, show you the guidelines, explain you all the techniques. But if you don't practice at all, if you don't do the homeworks, it is much unlikely for you to develop. Okay, so you must focus on the teacher's instructions, the guidelines, the methods of practice, the way you have been instructed. So, guys, once again, as you might be aware, this live stream is being broadcasted live in my Facebook channel as well as the YouTube channel. And we have shared the link. And today is my last day of my Christmas holiday. And there may be one or two lessons free in this year before we move to the commercial sessions from the next year. Okay. So, guys, remember it's very important for us to focus on our weaker side. For English speaking, there are four things we need to have. Number one, fluency. So, fluency means speaking naturally, without hesitation, without repeating, without being paused or being silent for more than 10 seconds. Okay. Many of our learners are not fluent at all, especially when you're speaking publicly in a group or with a teacher or in a class or maybe in a presentation or maybe somewhere. Remember to speak, in an average speed, not too fast or not too slow. Okay, and also as a human practice, sometimes we use fillers. We call these fillers are also crutch words. And one of the examples is, you know what? Very often people say, oh, you know what? I've done this thing this morning. And you know what? The girl in my neighborhood is very beautiful. You know what? I'm bored at your class. This is one of the examples. Okay. And another common crutch word or filler is actually, I had a student whom I took the speaking interview, and that person in 1 minute used the word actually 14 times. So I asked him, what kind of book do you like reading? And he started with this word, actually, teacher, I like only fiction books, actually. And he was repeating actually in every 3 to 4 seconds. And I counted and I said to him that, it's used 14 times actually in 1 minute. Okay, so you have to avoid it. So avoid those feelers when you're speaking. And also, influence, as I said, you have to use one word no more than twice or two times. Then some people speak very fast and they don't want to listen to other people. Look, I'm speaking fast. Do not be fast. Okay. And some people speak very slowly and sometimes they don't know what to say. Let me give you an example. I remember I asked this question as a part of topic discussion. What is Area 51? And most of the people didn't know about Area 51. Only a couple of students knew it. And one student tried to say, Area 51 is, and then the students started thinking, is, and I was counting the time. After 10 seconds, he said, and possibly I saw it in a movie. Look at this gap. He made a gap of more than 10 seconds. Please bear in mind and remember in fluency, we do not make gap more than 10 seconds. That's not acceptable because it's a standard measure to classify as a fluent speaker when you can speak less than 10 seconds time being silent. Okay, so basically you need to follow this fluency technique. Okay, and the second part of your learning is vocabs. In English language or linguistics we call it lexical resources. And what it means that you need to know the different kinds of vocabulary. So the vocabulary may include synonyms, similar words, antonymy, opposite words, group verbs, phrasal verbs, phrases, idioms, and even you can use dialect in some of the spoken English in a conversation. And very often and unlikely that I hear this word from mainstream teacher, I don't know how I can develop my vocabs because they don't want to read. Okay, so if you want to read something new, be prepared to face that there may be new words which you have to learn. Okay, and also you have to realize the fact that even the natives do not know all the English words. So why are you expecting that you should know all the English words? Okay, so when you get a new word, get the meaning from a dictionary. Okay, a valid source like valid dictionary, online dictionary you can use like Oxford or Cambridge or Merriam-Webster or Collins. I suggest personally do not use any Google dictionary. Okay, and why is that for? Because when you're using Google dictionary there is no specific source, you can't refer anyone other than saying Google dictionary, and Google dictionary is not acceptable in most of the cases. It's better for you to use a specific dictionary. So when you use the dictionary, get the meaning, and also um, try to find out the family words. Okay, and what is a family word, God? You might ask me. Family word is like a word from which you can make other words. Let me give you a simple example. Okay, we've got Muhin Mizan. Welcome.
Sir, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sorry for that coming. Sir, I my phone switch off for this charge. It's not enough.
No problem. It is never too late. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I, okay. Just give me a couple of minutes. Let me finish what I'm saying. Then I'm going to talk to you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So the second part of speaking is learning different kinds of vocab. And the third part of speaking is learning grammar and different kinds of grammar structure and use them in your speaking and writing. And the fourth part, which is the most difficult part to develop your pronunciation. And pronunciation is very difficult, honestly, guys, because we have got British pronunciation and American pronunciation. And the fact is that the British pronunciation is very difficult to develop and practice, whereas the American pronunciation is much easier for anyone to develop and practice. Okay, so you need to first fix your mind which pronunciation you're going to develop, and after that you practice it. Practice is the magic word. Without practice you
Right.
can't hope to develop and grow. Okay, Ms. Muhin Mizan, welcome. Thank you very much for joining. I've got few questions for you.
This, sir.
Speak in English
If you, I
rather
can,
than
you can ask me any question. I will be happy to answer your question if I can.
Sure, no problem. If you don't know an answer, simply say, sorry, I don't know the answer. Okay, remember that saying sorry doesn't mean that you're apologizing. It's a matter of etiquettes, okay, or manner. Sorry means okay.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes, sir.
right. So, do you like watching movies, especially English movies?
Yes, sir. I love to see the many action movie, uh, such as Tamil movie, Hindi movie, and many English movie, which is action.
You like action movies. So, what was the last movie you watched? What was the name?
Last movie, uh, last movie, sir. This time, uh, I am unable to find out what is the name.
Okay. Do you remember or how long ago you watched that movie? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months?
Sir, I have never finished any movies, but when I get some free time and spend some movies uh, watching, and it's because of my son is uh, 6 years old. He always uh, when we turn on the television, he is busy to see a cartoon program. So for this reason, I have no opportunity for long time movie.
Okay, that is understandable. But my question is, when was the last time you saw a movie? How long ago it was?
uh, I have last movie uh, 1 week ago.
You watched the movie 1 week ago. So was it an Indian movie, English movie, or any other kind of movie?
I watched English movie.
Do you remember the name? I'm asking this question on one more time.
Uh, yes, sir. It's Avatar. Its name Avatar.
Avatar. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh, what?
Avatar. Yes.
And can you please explain what is this movie about?
Sir, this movie is totally 3D character scene. So this movie is really amazing to see. That's his story. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and there are many scene of jungle and many different kind of animals in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's uh, that's it, sir.
Okay. Do you know the name of the actor?
No, sir, I don't know what is the name of actor.
Okay. Okay. So what kinds of movie do you like watching?
Sir, action movie. Most of the time we try to see and action movie, sir.
Okay, what was the name of the action movie you watched last?
As jungle, jungle, and the Hindi movie's name. So uh, I watched 1 week ago for this movie. Sir, I'm very poor in English, so just try to listening is many vocabulary and many spelling pronunciation. So I have tried to see many YouTube channel when I got from you the name of phonetics. So try to understand many phonetics video to us such as A, B, act, from the basic level.
Mohin Mizan, phonetics is the most advanced part of English learning. I believe that for you, you need to have good fluency. Number one. Number two, you need to have the development of using different kinds of words. We call them vocabulary, and also
Vocabulary.
try to speak in a grammatical way. Okay, though many times grammar
Yes,
is not important, but if you speak grammatically, people will be able to understand your conversation. Okay, and
right, sir.
the pronunciation, which is the related to phonetics, is the last part of English learning, and that is difficult for many non-natives because it's a matter of in-depth studies how sounds are controlled. Okay, and if you remember last time we
Yes, sir.
explained voiced and unvoiced sounds. There is fricative sounds, there is dental sound, labiodental, nasal sounds. All right, and also the most amazing part is that we use a term called connected speech. Okay, connected speech is the
Yes, sir.
technique which is followed by the native people when they're speaking. That's why even you and I try sometimes we are not able to develop our sound like the native way because we don't know those rules. They have got some amazing rules, techniques, because it is their mother tongue, they don't have to learn them. But when I have studied and I'm still studying, I need to know how we can change our sound. There's lots of mouth muscles exercise. Okay. If you
Yes, sir.
remember, we explained, these touching the tooth, voiced, unvoiced sound, and also
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
articulation, the natural of speaking. And also, very often people ask this question. Let me give you a good example. Uh, the option is that people say that, oh, even in the USA, you'll be surprised to know there are 40 different kinds of American accents. Okay. Even in the
Yes, sir.
UK, there are more than 38 different kinds of British accents. These all are acceptable. But when you speak out, we always compare the standard American accent in Britain or in the UK, the RP accent, which is called received pronunciation, which is like a neutral accent. When somebody speaks in that accent, you'll not be able to understand from which part of the UK the person is from. Okay,
Yes, sir.
let
Sir,
me.
above all, I am a beginner level. So, what is the name of accent which is which can follow me?
Which you can follow, not follow you. Okay, you have to follow.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're trying to say which pronunciation I should follow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, okay, let me give you one example before I explain to the next part. In London, there is an accent called Cockney accent. Let me give you an example, the expression of Cockney. Blind mate, are you after the ball tonight? Did you understand anything? They speak faster, they have got their own techniques. Okay, let me slow it down and let me see if you can understand, or if the listeners who are watching now and who will be watching later can understand. My mate, are you after the ball tonight? Okay, the
Bolt
person,
night.
see, you have to listen carefully. The person is saying, blimey mate, are you after the bottle tonight? In British, in a local English, bottle means drinking alcohol. So this guy is asking his friend, blimey is an expression, and mate is friend, that, hey friend, are you going to have alcohol tonight? Are you going to drink alcohol tonight? Okay, this is a Cockney
Yes,
expression.
sir.
Now, if you go for the standard RP accent, received pronunciation, you can also use the same expression, but in a different way. Blimey, mate, are you going to drink beer or alcohol tonight? Look,
Yes, sir.
okay. And there are other accents like Scottish accents, okay, then Yorkshire accent, then Brummie accent, people from Birmingham, then um, that is Midlands accents, okay, there is Southern accent, Northern accent, okay, and Eastern accent. Even if you bring five British people to speak out one sentence, they will speak in a five different way because this is the way how they grew up. So accent is not the fact, the pronunciation techniques. So you need to just focus on it, okay? If you want to develop your phonetics or the sounds, you know, there's a vast course. I've got a vast course, and that I will offer only to the advanced level of students from next year. If you remember, letter C has four sounds. Do you remember what are the sounds? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So letter C has four sounds, and the first one is we call it dark sound, which is ka. C sounds at ka. Okay, and there is a soft sound.
Ka.
Yeah, C sounds like sa. Okay, and there is another sound. C sounds like sha, and then another special sound that C came from Italian language that sounds like cha. Okay, let me give you an
Cha.
example quickly so that you understand. Okay, I don't.
Ka. Sa. Sha. And last, sir, last phone number, uh, number four.
Cha.
Cha. Right, right. So, example, uh,
Mm-hmm.
coffee,
Yeah, this is ka sound.
coffee,
Yeah,
uh,
coffee.
coffee,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday,
In Saturday there is no ka sound. Okay, let me
uh,
share a page so that you understand.
yes, sir.
Can you see it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pacific Ocean.
Okay, you can read it clearly. The Pacific Ocean. You see,
Ocean.
ocean, yeah. A first C is Sa, Pacific, Pasi, and second C is Ka sound,
Pacific
Pacific. Okay,
Ocean. Pacific
Osh,
Ocean.
Sha, that is Sha sound, the last C.
Cello, cello, saw,
It is Chalo, Cha sound, Chalo.
cello,
Yes.
cello.
Okay, because it is an Italian word.
Cello.
One moment. Okay,
Yes, sir.
one moment. I'm going to show you something quickly. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Pacific.
Okay, now you can see Pacific Ocean.
Pacific Ocean.
Okay, and after Pacific, we can say the UK. Then you said something that is we call phonemes or phonetic symbols. First one is the UK, which is British pronunciation or British accent, and the next one is US. Okay, and there is no, you know, any difference except the stress on the F sound. In UK, you can see that. Hang on a second. This F is the first stress here. Okay,
Yes, sir.
they are same. Pacific, Pacific,
Pacific.
Pacific. Okay,
Pacific. Pacific.
it's difficult for the beginner to understand how this symbol works. And when you see a dot, we have to understand. You see the dot is after F, right? We have to stress on F. Pacific,
Pacific.
Pacific, fic. Okay.
Yes, sir. It's a very
These are advanced levels learning, honestly.
advanced
Somebody
level.
has to
Yes,
understand this phonetic symbol first, how it works, when or it is dot, and what is this E sound, that is schwa sound. That reversed E, you see, there is E. In ocean, you can see at the beginning there is small E, but reversely. This is called schwa sound. Okay, schwa
yes,
sound.
sir.
I'm going to write it. Schwa sound. Hang on a second.
Yes, sir.
It's called schwa sound. This E. Okay, this is the symbol. So schwa sound in English language is one of the, it works like a vowel sounds. Okay, and if it is at the beginning, we pronounce it very softly. If it is the middle, second, third, or fourth, most of the times we ignore it. Okay, that is how it works. So in ocean, you see, Ocean.
Ocean.
Ocean. Yes, very good. You see, if you practice, you can develop your sound. Amazing way. So how we practice, that is the
Yes,
greatest
sir.
thing. We need to practice. If you remember, we got Professor Mash yesterday. He mentioned many times you need to get
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
support from a qualified teacher. You can't. Not everyone can teach you sound. Not everyone is expert in teaching. It's very difficult part of English learning. Even in native
Yes, sir.
teacher, there are not many teachers who can teach you unless the person has a degree or practice or experience in a teaching school or a certain level.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
English is very difficult for me. I have completed master degree in management, but that was Bangla language. So and also completed supply chain management for my job skills improve. So, but English is a different language for me. So difficult. It's so difficult for me. So, for this reason, try to speak with my best, but not my speaking is not good.
It needs practice. Okay, Muhin. It's a matter of practice.
Yes, sir.
Look at this difference. I'm going to show you. You can see in this word cello, there is T and there is this symbol. If these two symbols are together, it sounds like cha sound. Cha, like chocolate.
Cha.
Okay, like chocolate.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Chocolate. Right, sir.
chaste. Yeah, ch, chocolate. Chaste, chance.
Says. Chance.
All right, but you see the next
Cell.
word.
Cell.
So it is next word is cell. That's fine because you can see there is s in the phonetics. S-E-L, cell. But in the upper word,
Cell.
which is cello, T and that another symbol, we pronounce it cha sound. Okay, this is how we learn cello, but
Yeah.
cell. They look like similar word. Look, except oh. So somebody might say, oh, it is cello. No, it is cello. So English language is also
Yes, sir.
called, uh, you know, not a phonetic language. What it means that it shouldn't be pronounced the way it is written or spelled. It's a bit difficult though sometimes, to understand how this phonetics works. Okay,
Yes, sir.
we've got another speaker. Welcome, Maidul Islam. Hello, Maidul. Can you hear me?
Hello, sir. Greeting from Bangladesh. So, thank you so much for joining me here. So, I am glad to see you.
Okay. The word should be thank you very much for adding me. Joining me is means when I'm joining you. Okay. When
Yeah.
but I'm adding you. Remember, there are two words very often we are confused. You can say, may I join you? Or I would like to join you, but I have to add you. If I say I'm joining you, that means I'm joining you. Remember, this is very important for us to choose the correct word. Okay, let me take a screenshot. Hang on a second so that we can post later. By the way, this whole session is being broadcasted live in my Facebook and YouTube channel. Okay, so you can watch it later, yeah, from by visiting my YouTube channel. Okay, so Maidul, may I know what you do?
Okay, sir. I introduce myself front of you. So this is Madil Islam. I am from Bangladesh, and right now I am doing graduation, graduation level, and my major is English Literature and Language Department in Bangladesh University. And already I completed my third year, and I have 1 year yet. Then it will be finished next year in my graduation.
Okay, so where is your university? In which city?
Uh, my university name is Rangpur Government College. Is under National University in Bangladesh.
So at the moment you're in Rangpur city.
Yeah, Rangpur city.
Okay, so how long have you been practicing English speaking?
It's 1 year from 1 year ago, and practicing regularly. And uh, it's the most thing I know. I know a little bit uh, English is speaking, not too much. And when I write down my English articles or the academics exam, so that time I can apply my English properly. I mean, see, in writing process, that when I speak English, then it's a lot of lacking. The reason actually English is fluent part, so that's why if I think grammatical rules and speak day one after, then maybe it's very difficult. So that's why it's only depend on practice. So my practice is not too much, just a little bit. Sir, our country's people all are Bengali, so that's why English is difficult for this country, and so there are so difficult to find out uh, practice partner, English speaking practice partner. So that's why it's very difficult, and I'm practicing with my department friends. I mean, mm, English department friends around me. It's a lot of friends, so sometimes I practice English speaking with them, but they are also not good at English. So that's why it's going on is so difficultly.
Okay, but you said they have been studying English language and literature already, right?
Yes, sir.
So in your university, do they offer you the whole course in English or in a different language?
It's actually, sir, Bengali people all are there. So it's my department only English, and my books English, and I reading English. But our teacher always teaches this subject through Bengali language, and just when I reading our English book just for exam, and it's not a English community. It's always they always teaches us through Bengali language in class or private in other side, but just we always read English only for exam time. So that's
Okay,
why we are not able to uh, good at English.
all right,
So
understandable.
yes,
Sir,
sir.
everywhere
Yes,
in
you
Bangladesh.
already you find out my lacking point. My English speaking is not correct, and my sentence making, my pronunciation is not good yet. But sir, I always tried. I always try to speak English like foreigner people, and it's my passion. English speaking is my passion, and there are a lot of friends, my department friends. They also student of English department, but they don't know speak English like me. and they are they feel shy. So when I speak with my department friend, I mean English department friend, everyone know my voice and my speak and my pronunciation, but they can't speak orally with me, and there are a lot of lacking, I think. So it's depend only practice maybe.
Mm,
And
right.
so when I start my English speaking journey, so that time I could not speak one sentence with orally. And so day by day, I'm practicing with empty ground and front of mirror. Also, practice with myself in the outside without the people. So day by day, it will be improving, I think. And right now, I can speak a little bit, and there are some lacking, I know. But when I practice English speaking, and I can find out my error, and after that, I can try to correction it. And it's my journey, sir. Just this English speaking journey.
Okay. Because you're already student of English language and literature, my suggestion would be to learn the phonetic symbols and sounds. I've shared a screen, okay, and also try to use grammar correctly. And as you know, grammar is like a backbone of the English learning. If you compare the English language as our whole body, grammar should be the backbone, the bones that give you the shape. Okay, whether it's strong, whether it's like a baby shape, whether like a muscular shape, it depends on your grammar. And when you start speaking, people will be always first trying to find out your expressions, your listening capacity, your expressions are presenting yourselves. Okay, so fluency is the first thing, as I was explaining to Muhin, and the second thing is using vocabs, different kinds of words, and third thing would be using grammar correctly and different kinds of grammar structure. Okay, and the fourth one is the phonetics, which is the pronunciation or sounds, which is the most difficult part for non-natives. So if you focus on this other three part, all of you and who are listening and who will be watching this video later, fluency, vocabs, and grammatical accuracy, it will help you a lot to develop your communication skill. And Maidul, I've got another question. You say that when is the time of exam, that is the time you write English well. My concept is if you can write it correctly, you can speak correctly too if you read them loudly. Okay, if you remember, there was a teacher, Claudette, who explained this yesterday. When you write something, read them loudly. It will help you a lot. And that is also the fact. When you're writing something, read them loudly. Okay, we call it read it aloud. It can be expressed in different ways. So, why you feel comfortable to answer a question when you know the answer? If you remember, I asked this question: when did a pandemic came? Yeah, when did pandemic come to your country? And let me give you an example. I ask this question always to our students to find out how well they are to express themselves. And most of these times, they say the pandemic came to your country in March 2020. Okay, most of the answers were like this. I asked maybe 50 students, only 2 to 3 students used this structure. It is not until March 2020 when this virus pandemic or the COVID started, starting from China and traveled all over the world and came to my country. Look at this sentence pattern. Instead of saying it came to my country March 2020, if somebody makes a complex sentence that gives more information. That's the reason I sometimes emphasize others to use complex and compound sentences. Okay, so for both of you, try to read a little bit later what is complex sentence and what is compound sentence. In compound sentence, there should be And let me give you briefly some example. There should be two, subjects or objects, you can say, and two different sentences which should be connected by, we call it clause, adverbial clause. Okay, and in complex sentence, is same, but one of the sentence may not be dependent. Actually, that is dependent clause, independent clause. uh, let me give you a good example. You can see the screen, both of you. Yeah, we have got few more times, few more minutes. Okay, uh, I have a house. Okay, let's like this. Mohin, do you like tea or coffee?
Yes, sir.
Do you like tea or coffee?
Sir, both.
Okay, let's say Mohin likes
Right.
tea. Maidul, what do you like? Do you like tea or coffee?
Uh, Actually, sir, I like I like to both, but most of time I will drink only tea, and it's coffee is my occasion
Okay,
drinking.
so let's change to Mohin likes coffee. Okay, I don't like any of them. Okay, look, there are three people. Okay, we are three people, and we three have three different opinions. Mohin likes coffee, Maidul likes tea, I don't like any of them. All right. Now, when you're making a compound sentences or compound sentence, we have to bring these three ideas in one sentence. And if you can do that, that time your writing skill would be developed, your speaking would be developed too. So let's make them together. Uh, sorry, Muhin likes coffee. Maidul, Maidul likes tea, but I don't like any of them. Okay, so it is a compound sentence. Did you see we have used comma, and we have used but. One amazing part of writing compound sentences is that there are three parts. Muhin likes coffee, one part. Maidul likes tea, one part. And we have connected with a conjunction but. We call it coordinating conjunction. Okay, which makes
Yeah,
a breeze of these two sentences. I don't like any of them. But if I explain this sentence individually, like Mohin likes coffee, that's complete sentence. Maidul likes tea, complete sentence. I don't like any of them, another complete sentence. This is the amazing part of compound sentence. All of these parts should be individually complete, but when it is connected with the coordinating conjunctions like but, this in this case, then it is a compound sentence. You see, this is very easy way to explain. So my suggestion would be for both, if you study a little bit what is compound sentence with more examples. In complex sentence, and by the way, this sentence is also called in grammar clause. All of these clauses are individually meaningful. Okay, which means all of this part of the sentences. But when it's a complex sentence, one of the sentence may not be independent. It should be dependent on other. For example, if it rains, I'll not go outside. You see? So my going outside is depending on the rain. If there is rain, okay, I will not play football, you can say. Moin can say, oh, if there is rain, I will not go to office today. Okay, Maidul might say, oh, if there is rain, I cannot meet my friends. You see, all these sentences depend on the rain. So this is a conditional sentence as well, and also a compound sentence because it is dependent on the other sentence, one part. So that is the basic difference. Okay.
Wow, that's a great.
So remember, grammar is very easy as long as you learn in an amazing way to remember. And obviously, we all studied grammar when we were in school, right? Primary and secondary school, up to HSC, SSC. And you'll be
Yeah,
Yes,
surprised,
sir.
right? So it's a matter of practice, but practicing in a good way. I have, taught many people around the world. I've seen many students, and most of the cases, it is just a little bit giving you backing up. Those parts you don't understand, then it's easy like, we said, panir moto shaw. It's easy like water, yeah? Just I'm making an example. So remember, practicing character is one of the amazing features to develop and grow yourself. And practice every day. Okay, this session is going to be ended soon. And also, when you write something, as I've mentioned, read it loudly by yourself. Okay, have you got any other question, my deal?
yeah. Actually, I'm so happy, sir. So your learning process is so amazing, and actually, you already you know that we are learning English grammar from childhood. But right now, I am a student of honors third year. I means I will complete my honors level after 1 year. Then right now I am not able to good at English grammar. So when I try to solve the English grammar, so there are a lot of lacking, and my temperature and my mood is totally different. So it's a very difficult, I think. Actually, sir, English department's subject is only for literature. I means poem. So there are no grammaticals. So that's why uh, my class teacher give us English sheet, and I uh, I read this and write down the on the notebooks, and try to memorize this question answer, and write the exam hall. So
So
grammar.
have you studied
So
any of William Shakespeare's writing?
yeah, William Shakespeare's and Francis Bacon,
Francis
and
Bacon.
also Wordsworth. I mean, yeah, Shakespeare's, also uh,
So,
Andrew Marvell, and a lot of poem in the included in English department. And the most thing actually, sir, I love to English. I love to learn English also, and as a student of English department, so I have to learn a lot about English. But the reason actually our educational system is not English, just it's a Bengali. So student English department student also try to solve the question through Bengali language. Always speak Bengali, and just it's only for exam hall. Exam hall we can write down the question answer only English, and other side always speaking Bengali. So that's why English is so difficult, and we can't improve properly. So and English, it's my English speaking is my hobby. So that's why I am practicing all the time with myself, and also listen more video. I mean, American English drama and English movie. Always watch it, and with added subtitle, and try to find out new sentence, and proper sentence making. So that's why it's my journey day by day, and that's all of my side, sir. Actually, it's my process.
thank you very much for explaining. Yeah, actually, listening should be the fast part for any language learning, because when we
Yeah,
are children, you see, when we are babies, we listen to our parents, especially mother, mama, yeah, mommy, whatever it's mama, dada, baba. We created our own language. And when we listen to them carefully, we develop our character word, mommy, or amma, or ma, or mama, whatever. You see, listening. So, in order to listen more different kinds of presentation, different kinds of English, we all should watch movies, different kinds of movies. It could be songs, it could be teachers' lessons, it could be anyone who is native. It doesn't matter if the person is not native either. If you listen to different kinds of people, it will give you, our brain can habituate to listening to different kinds of accents, different kinds of English, which is really helpful for you to understand. And you'll be surprised to know even many Europeans, they can't speak English well. Okay, and they don't have many letters that English language has got. And you'll be surprised to know in Bengali we have got letter R, the raw sound. There are 4 raw, maybe, yeah. That's really helpful. Also, there is sha sound in Bengali. There are 4 types of sha, and there are 4 types of sha sound in English as well. I was giving example earlier to Mohin, like Pacific Ocean. Yeah, let me scroll down for you. You see, in Pacific Ocean, the letter C has 3 different sounds. First one is sa sound, second one is ka sound, and third one is sha sound. So sa, Pacific, ka, and ocean, sha. You see, this is very important
Sure.
because we have got already sha sound, 4 types of sha sound in Bengali language. So for us, it is much easier to develop. But you'll be surprised to know in many other alphabet, they don't have sounds. Like in Arabic, there is no P sound. They cannot pronounce paracetamol, Pakistan, payment. They say ba. Instead of P, there's a ba sound. Paracetamol, Pakistan, payment. In French, they have difficulties in pronouncing S sound. Okay, and D sound, they cannot say McDonald. They say McDonald, McDonald. Da. Okay, most of the European language countries, they do that. They can't pronounce D at all. I'm not criticizing, I'm just comparing. In Japanese language, they don't have R sound. They don't have L sound. So if you compare in Bengali language, we have got many sounds that have got similarity to the English sound. So when it's the matter of developing phonetics or the correct sound, it is easier for us.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah, sir.
you both have
This
practiced
part.
in a correct way. You have to have more focus. Find out your weaker parts and focus on the weaker parts first. Okay, if you are good at writing, try to speak more accurately, grammatically, with correct intonation. Intonation is another important thing. So what is that? It comes from the word tone. Okay, the tone means the way we speak to each other. All right, I've got 2 more minutes. Sorry, then we're going to finish it. So when we become angry, let me give an example. Our tone goes up. It's called higher intonation or upper intonation. Like, hey, why did you do that? Okay. Oh, it's you who did it. You see, this is the natural speaking. Remember that natural speaking is another important factor to develop ourselves. And if you can use also your emotions when you're speaking, is another amazing part. Remember, when you're speaking in your mother tongue, we feel our emotions, right? We express. Similarly, in English language, it's the same. If you can stress on the word, if you can go up and down, if you can use the correct intonation with the phonetics impact, your speaking would be amazing, no doubt. Okay, as I was saying, higher intonation like lower intonation. Like when we are very sad, our tone goes down. Oh, I've lost today. Like when, for example, when Brazil lost in the match, people said, oh, we have lost today. See, our tone has gone down. On Argentina 0-1, oh, Argentina won today. You see, these are the expression we call is articulation in English language, the natural way of speaking. Remember, you don't have to have accent, but if you can develop natural way of speaking, that is the amazing part. In IELTS exam and most of the English certificate exam, they always assess your pronunciation, not accent. You won't get any marks whether you have got any accent or not. Okay, so they give marks on your fluency using correct vocabs, using grammar correctly and different kinds of structure and phonetics, which is pronunciation. There is no marking in accents any of the certified exam like IELTS, TOEFL, Canadian English Test, Australian Pearson Test, or Cambridge English Speaking Test. Okay, that is for information. All right, we're going to finish our lesson today. Thank you very much for joining. Maidul, Mohin, also Hassan was there. If you have time, maybe we can conduct one or two more lessons in this year. But from the next year, we will offer one class free every month, but other classes will be like a paid classes. And if any of you are interested, well, as you can contact me, and it will be my pleasure to see you once again. Okay. Anything you like to say before we finish our lesson, Maidul?
Yeah, actually, I would like to share my opinion. So you are the great person, I think, and right now you are a native in London and England. So your pronunciation is great, and I can guessing every sentence and every word properly. But when I practice English with England people, so I have a 3 or 4 England people, but their accent is so tough. I can't understand properly. But your voice and your speak is totally like our country's people, and I mean Bengali accent, like a Bengali accent, and I can understand easily your
Okay.
every every speech.
Thank you very
Right,
So
much.
right.
I think.
Yes. Mohin, how about you?
Sir, really, sir, it's amazing to understand because your accent is same as our country. So, sir, I have a question. What is the name of your home district? Where was you born?
Where you, not was, where. After you use
Oh,
where.
oh,
Okay, let me tell you
where
briefly
you was?
where I was born, okay? Or where were you born?
Yes,
Okay, I was born in a
yes.
city called Mymensingh. Okay, my childhood, school and colleges were from there. Then I studied from the University of Dhaka. I used to live in hostel, and I studied Department of Pharmacy. I used to live in Shahidullah Hall, but during those days it was a bit difficult to get hostel seats. I finished my post graduation in 1996 from the University of Dhaka. Okay,
Oh, 1996.
yeah. So after that, I worked as an
Yes.
industrial pharmacist around a couple of years in my country before I got a job offer to go to Saudi Arabia to work as a pharmacist. And I had to learn Arabic language. I shared this story maybe. I learned Arabic language in 3 months. Okay. And I stayed in Saudi Arabia from 2000 to 2004 before I got another job offer to come to the UK. And that's the time I moved to the UK. And, when I came to this country, the way I speak here, this is my neutral accent. It is not directly influenced by my mother tongue or any of the British dialects, because in the United Kingdom there are 40 different kinds of accents. Okay, so once you listen to those people, like Maidul said, he has difficulties to follow them because they use their local
Yeah.
dialect. But as
I
a
think
teacher,
your accent is like our country's people, but you stay in London, and so why is possible? And your accent is so different. So that's why I was confused. And right now it's clear.
okay, the matter is that my accent is neutral, which means that I don't have British accent, neither the accent of my country. I try to follow RP accent. RP accent is the most neutral accent in the UK at the moment. So for the migrants or immigrants who come to this country, many cannot follow that one. That is a specific kind of accent. I took lessons from one of my teachers. I've got a British teacher. His name is John Brown. I have invited him already to be my guest speaker. He's in Italy at the moment on holiday. He's coming in the next weekend. So you can join, guys. When I invite him, he is the most amazing British teacher I've ever seen. He taught me lots of things, especially how to develop those sounds. Okay, okay. As I was saying, so after moving to the UK, I had great desire to study more, but studying in the UK is very expensive. the tuition fee is around £11,000, which is $15,000 every year. So I had to wait until I got my British citizenship, which was in 2011. So after that, I was working for the National Health Service, which is called NHS UK. It's a government service, and I went back to studies. I did my postgraduate diploma from online from the University of Manchester, and after that, I did my MBA in healthcare from Anglia Ruskin University. Recently, it started before the COVID, but for the COVID, it was we had to wait until we got our certificate. Sorry. And in the meantime, I did my teacher's training course from the UK, which is called TEFL, Teaching of English as a Foreign Language. And I've started teaching in many platforms, all over the world. I have many students from different countries, okay? And only this year, at the April, I started my PhD program in public health and epidemiology. I'm in my second term, second semester. So I'm student, I'm also working, I'm also studying. I try to help other people. The most successful part is that many of my students learned grammar from me. And after that, they created YouTube channels and they started teaching other students commercially, which really made me much happy that, oh, that's amazing that they are spreading the grammar knowledge. You see? That is the amazing part. Okay. And to let you know more, I'm married. I've got a son who is 16 years old. And I live in Essex County. Essex is next to East London border. But for my job, I'm to move many parts. So whenever I go outside, I also upload different kinds of videos. You can see some of the videos in my YouTube channels. And also, I forgot to mention that when I was a kid in my country, I learned guitar. I played with many bands in my country, and still I play guitar. The last performance I did in the 16th December Victory Day in one of the local channels in the UK. Some of the photos you can see a small clip as well. It is in
I
my
have seen your photo.
it is in my
Already I saw it,
profile.
your
Okay.
and I have connected with your profile.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so I need all of your support, guys. Thank you very much for being with me and support. Invite and bring more people so that we can make it a successful journey to learn together. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And if you've got any question and comments, you can write me later. We are going to finish it now. Thank you very much, Maidil, Moheen, and some people are watching from Facebook and YouTube. Guys, thank you very much. I'd like to see you later. You take care.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So, guys, that's the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for connecting here with me, and hope to see you in the future.